What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, there's a bunch of stuff going on for the One Piece TCG. There's a bunch of stuff that's gone and been revealed. So we're going to do what we normally do when there's a bunch of stuff coming out, there's a bunch of news been revealed. We're going to have a chat about all of it. We're going to work through everything you need to know, and we're going to have a lovely chat while doing so. Now, there is a second anniversary China set which got surprised today, but we're going to start off with a couple sets of official sleeves. We've got official sleeve 11, which has gone and been revealed, and One Piece has a bunch of cool sleeves. At this stage, the amount of official sleeves that have been released is immense, so now we get to kind of sit back and just chill and, well, see what we like. Now, for me personally, official sleeve 11, I mean, look, there's some very cool Zoro sleeves. I have a son, he's free. I have two sons, one of them is free. The 3-year-old loves Roanoa Zoro. Don't know why, there is something about Roanoa Zoro that my son loves, and that makes me love Roanoa Zoro, so these sleeves are very cool. They're not hugely special or anything like that, they're just cool looking Zoro sleeves. But you know what? Sometimes that's enough. We've also then got Don Quixote Rocinante sleeves. And at this stage, you might be starting to notice there's a little bit of a theme going on. Because Zoro, of course, is one of the leaders in OP12 that's currently going through the reveal cycle. And Don Quixote Rocinante is one of the leaders in OP12. Although I do gotta say, if you're playing a Don Quixote Rocinante deck, really that's a deck that makes you want to play a whole bunch of Trafalgar Law. Wouldn't you rather have Trafalgar Law sleeves? And it carries on because we got some lovely looking Kazan sleeves. And Kazan, of course, is another one of the leaders that is coming around in OP12. And it's all going so well until I show you the Boa Hancock sleeves. It seemed like it was very deliberate here, that they're just giving us sleeves of some of the leaders in OP12. Which, of course, makes perfect sense. Because if you're starting to build a new deck, let's face it, we all do it. We want to match our sleeves to the leader we're playing. And then we feel good about that. And then we enjoy that. So, why do we end up with one random set of sleeves here that isn't matched to a leader from OP12? Don't know. Doesn't really matter. These sleeves are pretty cool. They're not the only ones that have been revealed, though. We've also got official store sleeves. Volume 4. Now, they're not exactly the same. Essentially, these ones are only available in, wait for it, authorized One Piece card game stores. Cool. Just remember here that we know the deal. Whatever Japan gets, we're going to get as well. Yes, I know these have been announced for Japan now. They've not been announced to the West. Let me spoil the surprise and the suspense. Obviously, we are going to get these in the West. We always do. Now, we've got Rebecca sleeves. Rebecca's very cool. Everybody loves Rebecca. And then we've got the Doflamingo sleeves. Now, I'm not saying these are Akira Igawa. I don't know well enough. And it doesn't look exactly like their style, but it looks a little bit like their style. I don't know one way or the other. All I know is I love these sleeves. I'm definitely picking up these Doflamingo sleeves. These are cool. And it's weird, but they're not the only sleeves I'm talking about this morning, because there's been a bunch of other sleeves that have been revealed, which are going to be made available at certain places. And we've got, basically, events. We got the Skull sleeves, we got Frankie, we got Nico Robin, and we got Jinbei, all of whom are represented as the kind of classic Skull and Crossbones, but it's very clearly them. And then we've got my favourite, we've got Brooke Skull and Crossbone sleeves. Which is very weird, of course, because Brooke is already a skeleton. So whereas all the others, they've tried to make their sleeves look like skeleton versions of the characters, well, here Brooke is already a skeleton. I don't know. Apparently, they've skeletonized Brooke. It's pretty cool. These are ones a bunch you are going to want to pick up. Now, in terms of the second anniversary China set, this is one which was obviously originally released in China. And the whole point here was, well, to celebrate the second anniversary in China. Well, it's now been revealed to be released over in Japan. And this is not going to be a big surprise to some of you, because we've actually already seen this in English. The English version of this has gone up on Premium Bandai. Well, now they're advertising it over on, well, the Japanese website, which is frankly a little bit strange. There is a difference here, however, because when we got it, it was the Seven Warlords of the Sea Premium Binder set. And here, don't get me wrong, we've still got the binder. Binder is a thing. And we still got ourselves all of the promos, all the Seven Warlords of the Sea, and they're not really Seven Warlords of the Sea, there's like 11 of them, but shh. But there's a playmat here as well. There is a playmat which is something we didn't get. There's something different going on here. They're not getting any more promos. The promos here actually number one less. And this confused me for a minute, because obviously we know we're getting 12 promos. And then I had a look at the Japanese set here, and they've clearly got 11 promos. And I counted this many times. And then I just had a look at the list, which said there's 11, and then felt silly for counting it so many times. They're not getting the Jinbei. I've had a good look, I've compared them side by side. I don't know why, I cannot tell you why they're not getting the Jinbei. And if this was the Jinbei that recently got banned for being too good, we can look at this and go, oh, well, okay, I kind of get that. They probably don't want to release a promo card of a recently banned card, like right after it got banned. Okay, fine, I kind of get it. It's not that Jinbei. It's not OP07 Jinbei. It's the worst promo Jinbei that puts a character of a cost of 3 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. Not a terrible card, but not the so good it had to be banned OP07 Jinbei. Why are they missing this promo? Don't know. Why are they getting an extra playmat? Don't really know. But essentially, we're getting a Seven Warlords of the Sea binder set, and they're getting the Chinese set, and there's a lot of overlap. Like I say, the binder and 11 of the 12 promos are the same with what we're getting. This is not the same product we're getting. There are a lot of similarities. There is a lot of overlap. It is not the same product that we are getting. But I think for a lot of people, and as always, argue in the comment section if you disagree, for a lot of people, I think we'd probably rather have the extra promo than the playmat. And I know the playmat's cool, but come on, ladies and gentlemen, extra promo! I'm always picking promos. Well, that's a lie. Most of the time, I'm picking promos over playmats. And Jinbei was a Seven Warlords of the Sea, let's be perfectly clear. So that's a weird kind of thing. The other thing that was shown off this morning isn't necessarily new, but what we've got here is the One Piece card game Best Collection Volume 4. Why are we talking about this when, let's face it, it has been previously revealed? Well, there's a very good reason we're talking about it now, even though it's previously been revealed. We have a much better look at the promos. Like, we'd already seen the promos in English, don't get me wrong, but now we've got proper clear scans where we can see the artwork much more nicely. And my rule has always been, if I care about this stuff, if I see a news story and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, and I take the time to go and look at it, and I care enough to want to go and look at it, then I think that means you guys might want to have a quick gander at it as well. So let's take a quick run through these promos, which, like I say, these aren't new promos. They are promos we've seen before, but now we've just got a much clearer look at them. So we got ourselves the Yamato. That is the one from EB01. Cool enough card. We quite like it. We've got ourselves the event card. Yeah, that's right. There's a bunch of event cards coming in here, which I kind of like. More pizza, if anybody's wondering. That's the one that basically just lets you get a Supernova card. It's pretty cool. We've got another event card here in Perfume Fema. That's the one that lets you give a 2k boost to a 7 Warlords of the Sea and make them unblockable for the turn, which is obviously kind of fun. We've got the Vanilla Calgara from OP08, which I'm sure some people are going to be excited about. We've got ourselves Building Snake, which, to be fair, is a pretty good card in those Shanks decks, because you can bottom deck it, to give a -3, nerf to your opponent's character, which sounds kind of cool. We've got the Nami from OP09. This is the rather nice one that lets you return one or more Don to give 2 rested Don to your leader or one of your characters. We've got a purple event card coming in here, Gum Gum Lightning, which is the Don -2, KO one of your opponent's characters with 6k or less, or you add a Don as a trigger. Lafitte, which is absolute staple in all of those Blackbeard decks, just lets you search out your Blackbeard pirates. It's pretty gosh darn cool. We've got Derashi, another event card. There's a bunch of them in here. It's kind of cool. That is the one that lets you find trigger cards, which can be quite nice in the right deck. We've got ourselves Kozuke Momonosuke, the one that originally came around back in OP10. It's not really back at all now, is it? But basically you get to search for the Azakaya 9. Very nice card. We've got ourselves the Sabo from OP10, which is a card that is seeing a bunch of play right now, because if a character of a base cost of 7 or less other than Sabo would be removed from the field by your opponent's effects, you may return this character to the owner's hand, which is not too shabby. And then we got Perona, which is the one I want the most here. This is the 4-cost black Perona that came around in OP10. Lets you put 2 Thriller Bark cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck to give a 2k bump to one of your characters. It's a cool set. And like I say, we had previously seen them, but we'd seen very small images with writing over the top. Now we see nice clear looks at them, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I've told you about everything now. I've told you about all these new products, so now it's over to you guys. Tell me which of these things you're excited about. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.